Because of the relationships, you start to get some of that intel. And now I don't have to wait 30, 60, 90 days for it to come out on the public records. And that's valuable information. Realtors can really feed you with intel that you might not know or see in the public records.
You're listening to Flip Empire, the show committed to helping real estate entrepreneurs who want to build their empire without sacrificing their life. Your success and freedom starts now with your host, Alex Pardo.
I really want to implore and encourage you guys listening to go out and build relationships with the key real estate agents in your market, wherever you're flipping, because I can tell you that when we were wholesaling in South Florida and I wanted to find out, and I think for a fix and flipper, it's that much more important, but when we were looking at properties that were hard to comp and we were looking at pendings, I could pick up the phone in most zip codes, find an agent that I have a relationship with, and they would tell me, hey, it just went pending at this number, where you're not going to be able to find that. But because of the relationships, you start to get some of that intel. And now I don't have to wait 30, 60, 90 days for it to come out on the public records. And that's valuable information. Realtors can really feed you with intel that you might not know or see in the public records.
So you must have read my mind, because yesterday I'm looking at a project that's in a retirement community. And normally, especially during the summer, you're really narrowing down your buyer pool. We'll couple that with rate hikes, more inventory coming on, buyer sentiment has seemed to change a little bit. And I'm like, let's just see what the experts are saying. So I called these people and just was fully transparent. Hey, I'm thinking about buying an investment property. It's much like your listing. That's a cute little property. Do you mind if I ask you, what it took to get under contract, how the activity's been? And is there anything happening in your office on the Monday morning meeting that you guys are seeing and saying that maybe it would be helpful?
Yeah.
And these folks, it's funny, because agents, they're a different breed. And the ones that are very professional and are experienced will give you that information. But then the other agents that maybe don't have as much experience, at least you can qualify from different people and having those conversations, what's happening in a specific market. And even one of them, I was like, he stressed the fact, he's said, regardless of the season, we're always full-time. We've been doing this for 20 years. This is all we do. This is our market. So I was like, hey man, before I get this listed, I'd be happy to give you a phone call and give you first dibs if you can get a buyer through here. He's like, yeah, please do. Please do. So building those sort of relationships before you go to market, maybe before you buy a project, and maybe even before you go to a market, do a broker open, a first dibs sort of thing, grease them beforehand and say like, hey, we're a week out from listing this. I'm really excited. Do you have any buyers in mind that you can bring through? So those are the sort of slight adjustments that I'm making as the market normalizes. Who knows if it'll go down or whatever, but at least normalizes now, to connect with the experienced agents that will give you that feedback, and then other hungry agents that are like, my business just went off the cliff in the last 2 months.
Yeah. One last thing before you go, if you have been listening to the show for a while and or you have been getting value from the show, I would be 100% honored if you would share this show with a friend, or maybe share it with somebody that you think could benefit from this. It's my mission, it's my cause, it's my purpose through Flip Empire to impact and touch people's lives, to help people and in their businesses. So it would be an honor if you would be willing to share this episode. And one last thing, make sure that you're subscribed so that you get notified every Monday and Thursday when shows get released. I look forward to connecting with you on the next one. Until then, have a great day.